Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
Good evening, all. I hope you all doing well. Okay, we'll start for the day. Pranay sir, is I audible?
Yeah, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
Okay, right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our IoT classes. So we are almost at the end of this particular student development program on Internet of Things. So this is the last but one class. Again, this is the 14th day, and we are going to complete this in one more day. So I hope you are enjoying the classes. So let's continue today's session. And in today's session, I'm going to discuss about a new topic, which is nothing but node RED. Okay. So this is a node RED. I'll just explain you what is this node RED, why we are going to use this and everything, and how this is useful in our IoT applications, etc. So basically, this node RED is a low code programming for event driven applications. Okay, where the easiest way to collect, transform, and visualize our real time data. Okay, so we use this particular node RED even in our IoT applications. Okay, let me open a notepad. Yeah, all right. So basically, this Node-RED facilitates IoT by providing a low-code visual programming environments where we can connect to any devices easily or through APIs or through some services. Okay, and in this particular Node-RED, and this Node-RED is very a simple platform where we use to drag and drop options is available. Okay, so generally this is a low code programming language. Okay, low code in the sense we don't use much code, but we use a low code programming. Only in some cases we use to program, but most of the time we use some we call it as nodes. Okay, so using that nodes we use to drop and drag interface is available. Okay, using that which allows this rapid prototyping or developing some IoT applications, and also this node rate will be filling the gap between the physical devices and cloud devices. So there are much things. So like say suppose you want to create a dashboard, we can create in this particular node RED. So if you are feeling uncomfortable when you are using the coding part, then this is a one good option where I told you drag and drop interface is available. Just you can drag and drop. Okay, so let us see how this node RED works in IoT. Okay, so that is the main agenda. Generally, a lot of the people are using, even in the companies, are using this particular Node-RED applications. Okay, the first and foremost, the important part here over here in this Node-RED is visual programming. What is this visual programming? It is nothing but it uses a visual editor where we have an editor screen will be there where we use some predefined pre-built nodes will be there. So there are some nodes are there which we call it as a function node, function blocks. Okay, using that particular function nodes which we call it as a nodes, we try to drag and drop in this particular what we say editor, and we can do this create a data flows. Okay, whenever we create a data flows, the data will be processed one by one, etc., etc. And this is a little bit useful for a beginner level, or not only beginner level, for few applications. Okay, and the second important part of this here is it follows a node based architecture. Okay, node based architecture. What is this node based architecture? I told you, right, there are some function nodes are available. So these function nodes is used to build that particular architecture. So each node will represent a specific task. So say suppose reading the data from a sensor, or say suppose sending a message, or suppose interacting with the cloud services. Like that, we can create an architecture. Okay, and the third one is about data flow. Okay, so data flow will be available. So when the node, say suppose we used a sensor node. So whenever the sensor node is there, so what we do is generally that will collect some data. So this particular data which we are received by this node, it will process according to some function, and also it passes to that output devices. Say suppose we have an input node. Say suppose for general, I am writing like an input node will be there. So after that, it will pass to some function, just like how we write a program in an what we say Arduino or Node MCU. In the same way, we'll write a some logic over here. So based on that particular logic, the data will be pushed to output. Okay, so this is a general data flow. Based on that input, output can be triggered. So in that output, you can also create some dashboards. Okay, all the data which we are receiving by this input node, say suppose if we are connecting some sensor. Okay, the sensor data will be sent to the input node, and then in this particular dashboard, so the data will be visible in a pictorial representation. That is what is a visual programming, or visual type of skin things can be seen in this particular dashboards. Okay, and the fourth how it works means, so we'll be having a device integration is also available. Say suppose the sensor is there, how the sensor data will be integrated to this particular. So Node-RED can use some specific nodes will be there, where we can connect to various devices or various protocols. So like we have an APIs, REST API nodes will be there, MQTT nodes will be there, Modbus nodes will be there. So based on that, so the data, the devices which are in a remote location can also be integrated to this particular node, right? Okay, and the another one is like device integration, oh sorry, device integration, and we have an event driven things are available. Like there are some node-RED applications will be there, so they are meant for event driven. So which means that they are respond to some events whenever the button is pressed, whenever some sensor data is available, if it is crossing some threshold values, so a event will be triggered. And the most advantage of this particular node-RED is nothing but it is a low code development environment. What I mean to say, so this data is allows the users or the developers to use this without using much coding. Okay, so if you are new to GUD, you are not experienced in that particular so coding part, then you can use this particular Node-RED. So where you can create some complex IoT applications are also possible. And the next one is like it is platform agnostic. So like as Node-RED is deployed in a different applications, we can deploy either in a low what we say low cost edge devices, or else you can use in a Raspberry Pi devices. Okay. Or and you can connect to that cloud servers, any cloud provider like AWS, things big like that. You can also connect to that particular things. Okay, that's why we call it as in platform agnostic. And we have a rapid prototyping is also available, so where we can easily drag and drop nodes, and you can develop applications. Okay, so like it's as by default it is a low code nature. So visually visual interface is allows the developers or the developers to what we say deploy or develop these IoT prototypes or applications. So these are the different things which we can use it in our IoT applications. So that's why we use this Node-RED in our IoT applications. So let us see some key integrations or key features and applications where this Node-RED can be used. Okay. The first one is, as we all know, this what we say um, IoT applications, most of the what we say things will work on MQTT protocols. Am I right? So this particular Node-RED can also have an advantage of this particular. I mean to say that Node-RED have this particular MQTT integrations. Okay, so there is a robust MQTT support will be there where we can enable seamless communications with MQTT brokers or these IoT devices. Okay, and we have like data acquisitions is also done, and also we can data monitoring is also be done over here. Okay, that is one more advantage of using this particular Node-RED. Okay, so you can connect to some devices, you can connect to some what we say sensors to collect that real time data. Okay, and that can be happened in this particular Node-RED. Okay, and also so we can also control any devices, so like automatic control can also be done using this particular Node-RED. Okay, so that is one advantage or applications where we can using edge computing also this can be done. Okay, it will be acting as an edge computing devices. Okay, and what else? Cloud connectivity is also available. Using this Node-RED, you can integrate some cloud platforms to some cloud platforms. You can create a dashboard uh, creations is can be done over here. Different types of dashboards can be developed over here. So you it is generally it is Node-RED will simplifies the development of IoT applications. Okay, user friendly. It is a visual programming environment where you can connect to some devices, you can control devices, you can integrate to the cloud, etc., etc. So these are the main things what how we can use this. So let me show you this Node-RED how it works. Okay, this is generally it is a browser based Node-RED. So where you can deploy it in devices, etc., etc. So you can see here, this we can run locally or else using some Dockers, or also you can run this particular Node-RED on devices like Raspberry Pi, Beagle phone, Arduino, or Android. Even in the cloud platform also like AWS, Azure also you can integrate all these things. So for right now, I'm not integrating on any devices or cloud platform. I just want to run it in my local machine. So for that, first of all, what we need to do is this Node-RED supports on Node.js. Okay, so this is a prerequisite to use this particular Node-RED. So what we need to do is we need to just download this Node.js. If you are not having this Node.js in your system, so if it is there, no need to install again. So if it is not there, you need to install it. So just go to the official site like nodejs.org. There you can see some download options are available. Okay, so you can download it according to that things. So Windows installer like that. So once you install, just we need to check using my command prompt. I'm opening my command prompt and checking my node version. If it is successfully installed, you can see the node version. So this is my 18th version is installed over here. And also I'm checking whether npm, which is nothing but node package manager, is also installed or not. So I'm just checking what is the version of that particular node npm. So it is also getting it. So right, if it is successfully node.js is successfully installed, so what we need to do is we need to go to the official side of Node-RED and go to this run locally and click on this get started. Okay, it will ask you what are the different things where you want to install, etc. They will give you a quick guide of this how to install. So here we are installing it in our local machine. Okay, so I'm just choosing the first option, which is nothing but run locally. Okay, so once it is done, so it is the site is also saying to install Node-RED locally, you need to have a supported version of Node.js. So that's what we did in the right now. So we install this Node.js. After that, so it is saying that we need to install this using npm. Okay, so to install Node-RED, you can use npm command, then comes with Node.js. So here, except sudo. So sudo is for Linux. So I'm just copying npm. So after copy that and just go to this particular command prompt and just enter that particular link which we copied from that particular site and just click on it. Okay. So now the Node-RED which we are going to use, which is a browser-based Node-RED that will be installed in our local machines. Okay. So it takes a minute of time. Meanwhile, if you have any queries, you can ask me in the chat box. You understood? So Node-RED is just like a simulator. Okay. So where we can create some dashboards, we can collect some data from sensors, devices, or even you can connect using some protocols and also using some what we say cloud platforms, etc., etc. Okay, right. So now you can see over here, my Node-RED is successfully installed over here, and it is saying that a new version is available. Okay, so run. Let me run this. I'm just copying it. I'm just installing it. There are new versions are there. So code uncompatible in version. Okay, there is some error. First we need to update my node. Okay, then update my npm also. It is required and actually is this. Okay, we need to update. Okay, right. Leave it about all the stuff. Okay. So once it is installed, what we have to do is we need to run this node right by giving a command called node hyphen red. Okay. Just enter. After that, you can see this server will be on. Okay. So whenever the server is on, it will gives you a link. The server now running at and it will show you some link. Okay, just copy this link and go to the browser and just enter that particular link over here and just click on enter. Okay, now you can see the Node-RED is installed. This is a welcome starting node where it will give you a uh, description all that. So I'm already using this, so I have that stuff. Okay, right. So let me explain you. This is what we call it as a Node-RED. So this is a browser based, and this one is nothing but the white screen which you are seeing over here. It is nothing but we call it as a flows, where we used to drag and drop the nodes and we connect it. This is just like our editor. So like ESP, Arduino IDE have some editor, right? In the same fashion, so we can also drag some nodes and we can do some editing over here. Okay, to my left side, you can see there are some nodes are available. These are the nodes. We call this as a nodes. Okay, so these nodes are there, and we can use any of these particular nodes to connect we can use for our IoT applications. Okay, is it clear, guys? Any queries till now? If you have any queries, please let me know, or else we'll proceed with our how to do programming in this particular node. Right? Is it clear, guys? Um, okay, right then. Okay, right. So first of all, let me go for the basic stuff. Okay, let's see how basics. So this in the there is a in the field notes, you can see there are some things are there. In that, the first one is like common. So common is nothing but the common nodes where we can use it for our common purpose. Okay. So if you just let me explain you. So to your left side we have nodes, different types of nodes, and in the middle you have this flows editor. Okay, node editor where we can drag this particular nodes and we can do this programming part. And to the right side there are some options are available based on that options what based on the nodes which we are giving, that this will be like a serial monitor, that the screen which we seen in our IDE. Similarly we can see the results over here. Okay, so let me drag inject node. Okay, if you place the cursor on that inject node, it will tell you what is that node is all about. So it will inject a message into the flow either manually or at regular intervals. The message payload can be variety of types, including strings, JavaScript objects, or the current time. Okay. So basically, this as the node, right? Node.js, basically it works with JavaScript. Okay. And here we have a debug node. So debug nodes displays the selected message properties in the debug sidebar tab and optionally the runtime logo. By default, it displays message.payload, but it configured to be displayed any property, the full message or the result of JSON data expression. Okay, so just I'm dragging these things. I dragged a inject node and dragged a debug node. Okay, so this is how, just click and drag and drop. So in this particular editor where you can do all those operations, what I need to, I'm just connecting this both the input node with the debug node. Okay, and just after doing that you can see there is a round circle is there. It is nothing but it is not compiled. Okay, so as we all know, whenever we write a program, so we need to compile that. So how to compile? So to the right side you can see a deploy option is available. So just click on deploy. Whenever you click on deploy, the code will be compiled. Okay, the things which we dragged and dropped on this particular flow will be deployed or compiled. Okay, so I'm just clicking on the deploy, and you can see successfully deployed. So this is successfully deployed. Okay, so here we are can't able to see any output over here. Why? Because it is in manual mode. I didn't give any things. So if you double click on this timestamp, you can see the message dot payload is in timestamp. Okay, milliseconds since approach. Okay, so whenever I click here, there is a button is available beside this timestamp. If I click that, you can see there is a number is displayed over here. What is that number? So if you double click on this particular timestamp, you can see milliseconds of since approach. Nothing but uh, since it started, the time will be displayed. Timestamp is when it is it's a time. So if you click on this particular time, you can see the time and the date of this particular thing. Okay, got it? Right. So let me, I want to this, to repeat it for multiple number of times, just like how we wrote in while loop. Whatever the statements we write in while loop, all the statements will iterate, right? And if we give a delay like 1000, 2000, so the loop will be executed for every 2 seconds of time. Similarly, you need to enable in this inject node at the bottom, you can see an inject node is there. Just enable it, and here upon enabling, you can see the repeat mode will be enabled, activated. So click on that and you can see none, interval between times, at a specific times. These are the options are available. I'm choosing interval. So for every 1 second or every 1 minute, there are some options are available. So you can choose that and say that every 2 seconds. And after doing like I'm doing that, I'm just clicking on done. And after doing some changes, you need to deploy it. So deploy, and you can see for every 2 seconds, you can see the data, the inject node is pushing some data. Got it, guys? So this is how you can do this. So this is a basic stuff. Okay. So again, I'll try to show some different things. Okay. So understood, guys? Any queries? You are understanding what I am saying? Is it clear? It is nothing complicated. I'm just showing you an easy stuff. So if you do for a couple of times, it will be easy for you. Okay, right. Fine. Then let me uh, go for some other applications. Right. Okay. So here you can also do something like say suppose double click, there are some message payload. There are some options are available like as global, string, number, boolean, JSON, expression, message. Let me say if at a string, say suppose hi, I'm writing a message like hi Pranay. Okay. So click on that. This is less like our serial println. Okay. So deploy. Okay, you can see hi Pranay is giving because we made it in a loop. So you can see hi Pranay is displaying for every 2 seconds. Okay, like that you can do this. Say suppose let me go for a small other little more things. So here let me go for hi. I'm writing in such a way like so whenever I kept on high, I need to display that high message. High. Okay. So say suppose here in this, let me select a string called medium. Okay. Just a random thing, just to understand. So at the end, let me give like low. Just I want to print something. Okay. So let me disable my inject node. Let me do it manually. Okay. Okay. Right. It is right. Fine. Let me delete this wire and debug node is there. Okay. Let me take one more debug node. So like three debug nodes. So here, let me, this debug name is like hi, and this debug name is like medium. I'm just trying a random thing, nothing things. Just load in between that. Let me drag a function. Okay. So here I am just dragging this whenever I press this high node. Okay. So the function should send that particular high signal to this particular high debug node. So that is my thing over here. Okay. So what I do is I join this to the function node. I join this. Okay, and inside the function node, I need to write some. Then if you double click on it, there will be on message will be displayed, so I can use that. If so, I'm writing a small piece of code over here. Low code, right? It is not no code, it is low code. Okay, so if message dot payload is double equal to what I say, like hi. So what I need to do, I need to do write return message comma null and null. So if I trigger like hi pin, only that message should be shifted to the first debug node. Am I right? So like that, I'm writing a small code, like else if. So message dot payload, which is equal to say suppose medium. Return which one in this debug node should enable the middle one, right? So null comma medium comma, sorry, message comma null. Similarly, else message dot payload, sorry, payload is equal to say suppose low. Low, what we need to do, return, so null comma message. Okay, got it. So this is what I mentioned over here. Can click on done and click on deploy. Okay, deploy. Let's see if say suppose some I'm pressing this high, then you can see high node got rejected. If medium, medium node is not coming. Low, so there is some error. If message dot payload null null. Okay, no need of this particular return message. To deploy. Not deploying medium. High is coming, but not medium and low. I don't know why it is not coming. Just a second, let me look where I went wrong. Just a second. I don't know where I went wrong. Just a second. I don't know where the error is. Okay, let me continue with some other stuff. Okay, okay. So let me delete this. I don't know why there is an error. What is error? I don't know. Okay, let me discuss some other stuff. Okay, fine. So just let me teach you how to create some dashboards. Okay, right. So basically, let me drag some inject node over here. Okay, and then so right now we don't have any sensors or type of things. So what I do is I'll use some random node. Okay, so here how to there first of all there those some nodes are pre-installed, but some nodes are not pre-installed. So what we have to do is we need to install them. So let me tell you how explain you how to install. So beside the deploy option, there is a menu bar is available. Just click on that menu and go to pellet, manage pellet. So click on that manage pellet. So and here there is an option called install. So click on this install option, and here there are modules are available. So you can see almost 5,300 change modules are available. So out of which we can use. So in that select random. Okay. So here node random is available over here. Just click on that random install that particular random node. Okay, just click on I already installed for you. If you are using, just click on that random node. Okay, so and search that for that random in the filters. So just drag and drop it. Okay, so here I'm not injecting timestamp over here. I just want to just inject it. So without any parameters. So for that, what I need to do is I need to select the boolean and I want to make it false. Okay. So boolean false, nothing but I'm not injecting any data over here. Just I'm injecting like for every 5 seconds or 2 seconds, I just want to inject a normal data. So here I'm enabling this inject node. I'm repeating the interval and I'm making it for every, say, suppose 2 seconds. Okay. And click on done. And I'm joining this. Okay. So first of all, let us see in our debug node. Debug is this by debug screen. I'm just dragging and dropping. Let's see what will be the random thing. So double click on this random. Okay. So this here you can see some range will be defined over here from 1 to 10. Okay. So we can change it like say suppose from 1 to say suppose 100. Okay, so the random node is nothing but it will generate just like a random function, okay, which we use in Python or C++ like that. So 1 to 100, I'm just using it, okay, and I'm deploying it, and you can see some randomly the numbers will be generated. Okay, you can see 19, 16, 86, 92. So we mentioned like every 2 seconds. So for every 2 seconds, you can see some nodes will be, some data will be generated. So what I do is I want to display these numbers in a dashboard. Okay, so let us see how to display that. So here, there is a dashboard library is available. Okay, so let me show you the dashboard library. Network sequence parse storage. Okay, this is the dashboard library. We have a couple of options over here. So this is also not pre-installed. So we need to install. So and how to install? Go to the menu and click on manage palette and go to install. And just here, just you need to search for dashboard. Okay, Node-RED dashboard is available over here, and just click on install. So it is already installed in my local machine, so that's why it is showing install. So here, from here in this particular dashboard, you have options over here like gauge, text, chat, notification, etc., etc. So let me drag a gauge over here. Gauge is nothing but some gauged, just like our speedometer which we see in our cars or bikes. Just like that, this gauge will be available. So I'm just passing this random node to that way values to this particular gauge. Okay, so you can see this circle is nothing but it is a um, didn't deployed or it is not compiled. But here in the gauge you can see there is a triangle symbol, right, which is nothing but this is an error. Okay, so how to remove that? We need to go to inside that, and this particular gauge you can see group, size, type of that particular node, value format, range, color. These are the different options are available. So let me discuss about the group. So group is nothing but in that particular, let me show you how dashboards first of all looks like so that you'll have an understanding. So dashboard, I'm just searching it. So if you click on images, so here, this is just like your dashboards. Okay, you can see the dashboard, a dashboard here. This is a one more dashboard. So this or we call it as a dashboard. So we can do this particular stuff in this node, right? Even in your mobile also, you can see this particular dashboards. You can generate this type of dashboards, well, multiple. So this type of things and this type of gauges, you can do all this stuff. Okay, this is what we call it as a dashboard. Okay, so this is what we are going to use it. So here for that we need to have a groups. So groups are nothing but okay, let me show you here. Right, in this particular image you can see there is a chart. Okay, all this comes under one group, and this bar gauge is one group, and this is one group, and this is one group. Like that we are going to define the groups. In this particular group also we can have some tabs. So this is one tab, this is one tab, this is one tab, this is one tab, like that. Okay, so let me show you. First I'm just clicking on, I'm adding a new group. So say suppose name is like XLR, and no tab is available over here. So let me create one tab over here. So with the same name like XLR. Okay, like let me show for SDP. Okay, so icon is also available. I'm just using like a dashboard. Okay, leave it off. That is not mandatory. I'm adding the tab and adding that group. Okay, so SDP tab and XLR group is created. So click on done. So you can see that error is done, gone. Okay, so now what we have to do, we need to deploy it. Okay, so it is successfully deployed. You can see a message over here. And how to go to the dashboard, here beside this particular settings option you can see a down arrow. Click on that and just select the dashboard. Okay, so here in the dashboard you can see an plugin option is there beside this theme. So click on this plugin option and you can see this is my group and this is my tab. Okay, so sorry, go back. We need to do some changes over here in the gauge. We need to mention, right, gauge, what type of gauge. See, so here type of a gauge is nothing but there are donut, compass, level types of gauge are there. Label is there, value format. If you want to use it in a decimal format, you can use this value format also. Okay, and this particular gauge is having a minimum of 0, maximum of 10. So here, according to our random node, our range is like 1 to 100. So here we need to give that particular range, or else all can you can see over here. So it is giving 34, but the gauge is out of that particular. So we should not do that small mistakes. So what we do is going back and mentioning like 100 over here. So let's say suppose 120 is our maximum. Okay, so color gradient is also available. Like say suppose between 0 to 50 we have green color. If between 0 what we say 50 to 75 will get yellow color. Beyond that you'll have that red color. Okay, so name of is also available. Some you can give a name or else it is optional. Click on done and click on deploy. Okay, So now go to your dashboard, you can see. So the values will be there. If it is below 50, you can see green color. So it is above 91. So there is some color changes also there. Okay. Like that, you can display your sensors values. Say, suppose you want some chat. So there is an option is available like here, like chat is there. Okay. So double click on this chat and you can select the same group which we declared just now. So is chat. In the chart also there are some bar charts, pie charts or type of charts are available over here. Okay, x-axis, y-axis, generally things are there. If you didn't mention anything, you that will be in by default thing. So just compile it and drag and drop the chart and deploy it, and you can see. So chart is mentioned over here. Okay, you can see the chart. The values which are given over here that will be seen in the chat format. In the ThinkSpeak also we gave some chat, right? So we saw some fields, right? Even a chat format. So the same stuff is available over here. Okay. So like that, you can also integrate your ESP, or even there is an option is available like serial in. Okay, so this you using this particular serial. Okay, so even though we are using this serial communication, right? Serial dot begin 9600. So even using this particular serial dot in, you can integrate your node. Okay, so how to integrate here? Enable it serial port. You can give over here through which serial communication is happening. So here you need to set the baud rate. Okay, select that. Okay, and then you can connect it to some debug node, and that same data which you connected as sensors to your ESP32 can be displayed in this particular format. Got it? So say suppose if you want, let me create some dashboard like say suppose let me create one more random. Okay, and also gauge, and also some chart. Okay, this is also same. Okay, so from false node, I'm writing to random. So here, let me give like 100. It starts from say suppose 100, so to some 500, some random variable, right? So I'm giving to this gauge and connecting it to the chat. So gauge, let me create one more gauge for you. Right, or else in the same gauge. So let me select the gauge and let me edit and create a new tab for this. Okay, like says up. Okay, not like this. Click on add. Okay, and give like SDP1. SDP1. A new tab got created over here. So just click on that. Click on update. So to this a new tab with the same XLR. So similarly for the chat also, I'll just select the same stuff. Click on done and deploy. Confirm deploy and go to your dashboard. You can see over here. In that XLR format, you'll find this particular things. Okay, like that you can do. Sorry, remaining options also. Um Here also you can do some changes. Okay, or else let me go for the same edit XLR, right? Okay. Let me select the SDP and select a new group. Like sorry, XLR1 update. Okay, done. And for here also, let me say SDP XLR1. The same got selected and deploy it. There is some node is available. Previously, we dragged that serial node. Okay. So go to your dashboard. You can see in Stella, you having this particular stuff. You can do the changes over here. Okay. That can also be done. Okay, fine. Default like something like Pranay. Done like Pranay and deploy, confirm deploy. You can see XLR is one group and Pranay is one more group. Okay, like you can create side by side. Inside this SDP tab, I created one group over here and Pranay is another group. Like that, you can create side by side. Okay, like that, you can do over here. Understood? Any queries? If you have any queries, please let me know. So the gauge, okay, there is a wrong thing. Here we need to mention like 0 to 600. Say suppose our gauge is little bit different. You can change the gauge like compass, say suppose. Okay, upload it and deploy. Right. Go back to them. Here, this is a compass. So the gauge is indicating that the values which the random node is generating. So here we are seeing this random nodes is generating some values, right? So these values I'm displaying it in this particular gauge, in this gauge also. This is like a complex gauge. You can do some editings also here. Compass that is making like donuts, say suppose. You can give an optional 300, like 500 and deploy. And you can see over here. Like that, you can display this dashboard. This is just like your dashboard where you can things. Yeah, just like your Wi-Fi speed test, we will use that gauge right in the same lane. So here this is randomly generating values, but if you push your sensors values also the same format, you can push it in here this particular gauges. So you can have this particular things. The one thing is here, this dashboard is created, but we are not storing it anywhere. So there are some options are available over in this particular dashboard. So like you can write some files. So like say suppose network or something storage. Yes. So here there are some storage is a write file or read file you can read, and also you can store this particular data. There are some nodes are available using that particular nodes. You can store it in some MongoDB or else in a Excel format that you can also store that. Okay. Is it clear? Clear with this? So let me use one, I'll show you one application. Yesterday we discussed MQTT, right? So now I forgot to say. So how to save this program? So here, this is our front end. This is my front end part. So I dragged and dropped some nodes here from this particular, what we say, node part. Okay. But indirectly what we are doing is we are writing a code. Okay, indirectly we are writing a code. Now you can see how we can see that particular code. Okay, so by this we can't save it. By only in that particular code format we are going to save. So for that, go to your menu bar and go to your export. Okay, there is an option is available like export. Click on that, and here you can see JSON format is there. So this is the code which we wrote. Indirectly we wrote this particular stuff. Okay, so this is a JSON format. So what you have to do is just click on download and your JSON.json is stored over here. Okay, so this .json, if we just you can import it. There is an option is available like import. Click on import and select the same file, and you can import. So import, you can see the same file will be imported over here. Got it? So just click on export. This is a JSON format which we wrote. Just click on this download. Okay, JSON will download it. So click on import option and select that particular file, import, and just click on import copy, and the same format is imported over here. Like that, you can save your codes. Understood? Okay, right. Someone is asking to re-explain the code. You mean the code or the flows or these nodes? Okay, done. Okay, let me re-explain this. I'm just deleting it. I'm coming from the beginning. Okay, I'm deleting this flow. This is my new flow. So I'm just deleting this. Right. Right. So this is your main part. Okay. So whenever say suppose I'm creating some dashboard over here, you can see there is no dashboard is available because we deleted everything. So let me go for the beginning. So here randomly I'm generating some stuff and I just want to display that in a dashboard. So first of all, I need to drag this inject node. So inject node having just like an input node. So inject node is also having couple of uh, uh, things are available. So click on that. You can see global, string, number, boolean, JSON. These are the different stuff. By default, you'll find this timestamp, but here I don't want to inject any node. So what just I want to inject for couple of times, just like while loop, how we are using while loop. So in the similarly, I need to enable this inject node automatically for a specific period of time. So for that, what I need to do, I need to select the boolean and I want to make it false. So it means that I'm not injecting any data over here, and I need to enable this inject node. I need to repeat it for interval of every say suppose 2 seconds. Done. So inject node is ready. So it will inject uh, a empty one for every 2 seconds. Is it clear? So after that, so I'm selecting a random node. So random. So this is a random node. Say suppose say like some this is a temperature node. Say suppose some temperature, it is generating some temperature. Say suppose like 1 to suppose 100. Okay, this is a random node which generate the values from 1 to 100. Done. Okay, so I want to display it in dashboard. So first of all, let me drag the debug node. So to display that in my debug, and also there is a gauge is available. Okay, just drag and drop that particular gauge, and also chat is also available like a graphical format. So just and drag and drop and connect all this stuff. So thing and thing. So gauge we need to select. So let me select like XLR. SDP is a tab and XLR is the group. Click on done. And here if you want to display as temperature, we'll have some format. So slash format value. Okay, right, leave it. There is some format you might get confused. Okay, so click on that. Here the gauge we need to identify like say suppose 150, like 50 and 100. These are optionals. So this is a temperature gauge. I'm writing a name. Click on done. Units is like say suppose Celsius. Okay. And the chat is also there. For that, let me select Pranay. Okay. So chat says suppose some. Okay. Let me get include the line thing. The name is like temperature chat. Okay. So click on done. Now done, and I'm deploying it. So it is generating some values over here. So the similar way we need to go to the dashboard. So click on the down arrow, click on dashboard and go to the plugin, and you can see my dashboard over here. I generated like XLR as a gauge. I mean, gauge will be displayed in XLR group. Pranay will be in another group. So you can see gauge in XLR, Pranay is in chat. Like that we can display. Understood now? So debug here is just like our we do right serial print, right? So whenever we use serial print, the data will be printed in serial monitor. So whenever you debug is there is an option is available like here debug messages. Click on debug messages. The output of this particular temperature will be displayed in this particular debug node like 39, 59. The same thing, the gauge, the values will be shifted, will be seen in this particular gauges. So that is what the debug node will do. Understood? Is it clear? Any other queries? Wi-Fi speed that way is not available over here, guys. Okay. Just like I said like where how you see like in like Wi-Fi speed test. So whenever you do this Wi speed test, you'll see a like a gauge right over here. So similar kinds of gauge, you can see it in this particular format. So that's why I told you that Wi-Fi speed test. Okay. But if you write a code for that nodes, if you have any node is available to test that Wi-Fi, you can use that to test your Wi-Fi over here. Okay. Got it? Any other queries? Uh, Fine. So yesterday, we learned something like MQTT. I'll just explain this for a better understanding, and then we'll wind up. Okay, let me go put to the flows. So here, um, we have you used MQTT protocol. Okay, so here also we have that MQTT option is available. Like you can see, MQTT in is there, MQTT out. Okay. In is nothing but which will receive through that particular protocol. Output is nothing but which will send like publisher and subscriber. In is nothing but which subscribes. Out is nothing but which publishes the data. Okay. Let me see one stuff we're using this MQTT. So double click on that. So you need to select the server over here. So here we have is already in the previous example in the last we use mosquito, right? So I'm using that particular. Let me, I already use that like mosquito broker. So click on that if you, okay, let me delete this. Okay, right. Let me go for a new one. Okay. So here, cancel it. I'm using this MQTT node over here. Just double click on this MQTT and we will asking what server you want to connect. To what server you need to connect. And say suppose here I don't have any server, so I'm creating a new server node over here. So name is like mosquito server. Okay. Here what is the host name? So here test dot. Okay, let me go back to the program. Uh, like Arduino IDE. Right. So previously we yesterday we used this particular program, right? Right. So this is a program. So here this is my server. So let me copy this particular server. Okay, and I'm using this as a server, and we are passing like it. This is a port value. Okay, right. Protocol is the same. Just click on add. Okay, and here the topic. So to which topic? Here we created a topic, right? ESP32/test. So copy that and copy this particular test topic over here, and click on done. And what we need to do? Here let me drag a debug node. Debug. So this is a debug node. I'm just dragging and drop connecting over here and then deploying. Okay. So it is connected to the server, that not messages is not displaying. Why? Because I didn't connected my ESP32. But it is connected to that particular server. That's why it is showing that connected. So here what is happening over here, you can see it is not connected. So here we are sending a message like what is the message? Hello from master. Am I right? So this message need to be pushed to this particular node reader. So I didn't connected any ESP. Let me connect it first. Okay. So go back to here. Let me upload this first of all. So board is selected COM8. Let me upload it. Upload this. Okay, someone is asking it. Show the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. Okay, you can see like you can create multiple guys. Okay, I showed you right. Like there are some node dashboards. You can create this many dashboards. You get gauges. Okay, like values, vertical things. You can create this compass. Okay, like this also. You can create multiple things over here. This dashboard, that's what I'm saying you. For an IoT application, this is where very large important. You can create your dashboards. So it is compiling. Okay, uploading. It is uploaded. Okay, it's done uploading. So let me go back to the serial monitors. Just check. So what baud rate I used? Okay. So it is not connecting. Let me connect to Wi-Fi first. Okay, just a second. Connecting it to, so Wi-Fi is connected, message is sent. Okay. So now we need to go back to our thing. Yeah, you can see hello from master. The data is sending. Okay, hello from master. So this particular node is connected to my ESP32 and that messages is displaying over here. So if you are sending some values, say suppose in this, if you are sending some values, like instead of hello message, if you are sending any string values, the values will be displayed over here. And based on that, you can, if you connect it to your gauge or chart, the same values will be represented in this particular gauge. Understood, guys? Is it clear? If you have any queries, you can explain. Sorry, you can ask. I'll explain that. So this is about the dashboards. So how can you create? How can you do all this stuff? Is it clear, guys? Any queries? Understood? Okay, right. So let me close this. So how to close it? So go to your command prompt. So you started it. Okay. So you need to stop by clicking Control C. Then your flows will be stopped. And you can close this and you can see it is disconnected. And this, what we say, node rate can't work now because the server should on. So let me delete this. We already seen this stuff. Is it clear, guys? Any queries in this particular node rate? You can ask me in the chat box. If you don't have any things, so I'll proceed with my next topic. Okay, done. So let me explain you one more topic, which is nothing but industrial Internet of Things. Okay. So this is a little bit important for an IoT application. Generally, this IoT is most widely used in a couple of what we say sectors and domains. Like one is in health sector. So like we have our what we say smartwatches, all the stuff is available. Like just like that, this industry, IoT is also used in industries. Okay, so that's why we call it as an industrial Internet of Things. That we need to connect this particular internet to industries. Okay, so why we need to connect? Can anyone tell me? Okay, why we need to connect this IoT to industries? What is the necessity of connecting this? What we say, uh, this technology to industries? Can anyone tell me? So we till now we learned about this what we say Internet of Things. So based on that, you anyone explain why we need to connect to industries? So this is a real time exposure of this particular IoT. For simplification of works, okay, yes, absolutely right. Any other answers? Okay, fine. I'll just show you one particular video, okay, so that you can understand why this IoT is important for an industry point of view. Let me show you a small video so that you can understand it in a better way. Just give me 1 second. Just a minute, guys. I'm finding that particular video. I lost it, I guess. Just a second. I'll Okay, fine. Let me show you one video. Right now.
Up to 25% by 2025, which could the Internet of Things has the potential to increase global productivity up to 25% by 2025, which could translate to an economic value of $11 trillion. Industries like manufacturing are embracing the potential of the Internet of Things. Many production facilities are already using processes and supervisory control systems with connectivity. The Internet of Things for manufacturing is a family of solutions that combines the capabilities of analytics, cognitive computing, and the Watson Internet of Things platform to drive operational efficiency across the factory value chain. This solution benefits the manufacturing industry in three main ways. First, it helps plants get 100% efficiency out of their equipment by identifying and solving issues before they cause delays. Second, it makes processes and operations cognitive, so plants can produce maximum quality and yield from raw materials and manufactured components. Lastly, it helps plant managers better manage resources, improve worker expertise, and provide a safe working environment. Advances in these three areas define a new wave of connected manufacturing, one that revolves around things, process, and people. Let's take a look at how this works for Simon, the plant manager for an aircraft manufacturer. Simon oversees the production of key components for large commercial aircraft, and his top priorities are meeting production deadlines and producing airplane parts safely and efficiently. One of his biggest clients needs to move up their delivery date by 3 months. Simon and his team use the Internet of Things for manufacturing, which will help them deliver earlier than originally planned. An equipment analytics solution identifies problems with equipment health and performance before they happen and prescribes maintenance procedures so Simon's team can avoid equipment failure and downtime, getting maximum effectiveness out of their equipment. To ensure the components are meeting quality standards along the production line, Simon uses a quality analytics tool to identify variability in the manufacturing process in real time. This allows equipment operators to make adjustments to process parameters based on plant conditions that could affect the quality of production. By monitoring quality in real time, Simon's team can avoid producing faulty components, ultimately saving time and money. Another priority Simon has to account for under a rush schedule is the safety of his plant workers. The cognitive IoT platform includes worker safety technology that monitors things like exposure to extreme heat or toxic gas, open flames, and operating dangerous machinery. The plant workers wear sensors in their helmets and wristbands that provide real-time alerts on working conditions, activating preventative measures if physical well-being is compromised or safety procedures have not been applied. Because the platform allows Simon to track all of this Internet of Things data in real time, he can be confident that the production equipment, tools, and employees will be able to safely take on an accelerated schedule and make plans to move forward. Once the completed aircraft from Simon's plant is put to use, those manufactured parts continue to generate data over time, data that designers and engineers can use to make improvements and updates to each part in the future. Additional sensors also make it possible for Simon's plant to offer cognitive solutions to the airline to help with ongoing predictive maintenance of each manufactured part. Using the power of the Internet of Things paired with cognitive computing and analytics, companies across all industries will improve the way they design and manufacture connected products. Products that will change the way we work and live.
This is just a small intro of this particular industrial Internet of Things. So nothing but right now we are moving to smart industry or industry 4.0. So where we are using this the IoT in industries to get that particular data, etc., etc. I hope you understood the video. If not, I'll try to explain it in a very short span. Not the same video. I'll give you an same example for an understanding. Right. Say suppose a manufacturer. So as say suppose we are driving a car. So suddenly we got an what do we say alert from the car saying that there is a problem in the engine. So there is sound is little bit loud. What we generally do is whenever if we listen some weird sounds from engine, we'll stop the car and we'll open the bonnet and see that where what happened inside that. But we don't know what is happening. So we call to the mechanic and ask them what is the problem and why what we need to do to solve that particular issue. But whenever you uses this particular Internet of Things, even our latest cars are working on this particular platform only also. Like all these particular cars will be connected to internet. So whenever any issue is arising, so says about the same scenario, if you have any issue in this particular engine, immediately the message will be sent to the nearby service center, so that the service center will check what is the problem in online. Okay, this is a so and so error, but immediately you'll get a notification to the owner of that particular car to the saying that, sir, this has you're having a problem of so and so issue in your car. So this is the nearest service center, okay, according to your GPS location. So you can go to that particular service center, and the service center guy person mechanical will try to solve that particular issue. So before we reaching to that particular location, the mechanic is ready with the equipments or with the tools, and he already know what is the issue of that particular car. So whenever we reach to that particular location, it will guide the owner to that particular service center. By the time we reach, the mechanic is ready, and within a span of less time, the issue will be resolved. And also that is not the only case. And also whenever we connect this IoT to that vehicle in the vehicles or like that, so they'll go for analysis. That is what our thing, right? So they go why this issue got arised. So is the only issue for only this particular car, or the issue is arising for all the cars of this same model? So they'll go for analysis. If suppose they found the same issue in all the models, so the same model in all cars, so they'll go for the manufacturing, where this particular part got manufactured, at what time it got manufactured, at what day it got manufactured. So they'll go to that particular records and which plant this product got manufactured, and they'll go to why, what that time, what happens, why this problem is arising. They go to that particular data, and because as we all know, IoT is all about collection of data and storing the data in the cloud platform. So it is easy for a person to do analysis, and they go back to that particular time and check why this problem is arising. Okay, right. At that particular time, that say suppose some screw is not fitted properly, that robot is not fitted that particular screw. That's why that oil level is not up to the mark. That oil level is little bit less. So they can analyze that particular things, and they call all the cars back to the service center. Sometimes we'll see this type of things. All the company calls all these type model cars back to the service center. So they do all those repair things, and they'll give you the customer a good satisfaction. So that is what the advantage of using this IoT in that particular manufacturing all that industry point of view. So I just go through this, what is this industrial IoT, okay, and so this is as a part of industry 4.0. Okay, so industry 4.0 will be having this industrial IoT, horizontal and vertical system integration, simulation. Robots will be there, big data and analytics will be there, cyber security, cloud platform will be there, additive manufacturing, augmented reality. All these things will come into this particular what we say industry 4.0. So let us go back how where this concept got introduced. It was first introduced in Germany with a concept called smart factories as a part of fourth industrial revolution, where we having a data describe of data driven AI powered networks, where we use some core principles are there in this, right? Where we need to use the internet of things, digital transformation, AI assisted data driven planning, production, manufacturing and maintenance will be implemented. These are the core principles where at the time of introduction of this particular smart factory. So what is this IoT? So this is nothing but the application of the concept of IoT to the industries. And they use different protocols that the machines can work with each other. And also overall, this IIoT focus on use of cyber physical systems. Okay, so to monitor the physical factory process and make the data-based automation automated decisions. Okay, so this applies to the devices, smart machines, manufacturing unit, etc. In the here, this machine to machine communication will plays a crucial role because one machine is off from one vendor, another machine is off another vendor, but this machine should communicate with each other. So whenever this IoT comes into the picture, so this machine to machine is a very crucial factor in this particular IIoT. So what happens? What are the benefits are there whenever we successfully integrate this particular IoT? One is a predictive maintenance will be done. So the downtime can be reduced. Okay, so data from machines and parts can be collected and analyzed. Okay, and we can alert the appropriate people. We can send a notification to the technicians about that particular machines. So the predictive maintenance can be done, okay, which will decrease the downtime in that particular field. And remote control of applications are available, so you can remotely control that particular devices. Okay, you can reduce the risk of human in the manufacturing environment, and there are operation costs can be reduced. Okay, if suppose if the engine got failed, if the machine got failed at that particular time, so if it is failed in working time, okay, what happens? So the operation cost will be more. Okay, so whenever we integrate this with that, predictive maintenance will be there. So using that, the product cost operation cost will be reduced. Okay, and there are full digital transformations is also there. We can completely transform like digital twin. The transformations can be happened. Okay. So what does IIoT do in industries? They will do that industry digital connection, facility management can be done, production flow monitoring is there, inventory management can done, plant safety and security can be increased, quality control will be increased, packing optimization is increased, logistic and supply chain is optimized. We can see right whenever we order it in Amazon, Flipkart, so where it got packed or from which industry, we can track our supply chain of that particular things. So that can be done. So here, this is ecosystem where we can connect devices for sensing, communicating, and storing the information. Public-private data communication can be happen. Storage the data. Okay, we can connect to the people. Analytics and applications can be done. Okay, these are the infrastructure we'll be having that sensors, actuators, gateways will be in there. There are some industry graded gateways are available. So that gateways can be used to collect the data from the sensors and edge node and transforms that to the IoT platforms. Okay. So where which industries are using? Automotive industries are there. Agriculture industries, oil and gas industries are using this. Utilities industries are using. Many industries are using this particular IIoT things. So what is the benefits? We already seen this predictive maintenance, more effective field devices, asset tracking, increased customer satisfaction, facility management is also improved. Okay, these are a few other things. So, is it secured IIoT? Yes, it is more secure. In 2002, several companies, technology companies, AATT, Cisco, GE, IBM, Intel, they formed a forum like Industrial Internet things like ICC, uh, and that they discussed about this security issues on this particular IIoT. They formed a forum and they collaborated with the software companies and made this IIoT as more secure. There is a risk, is there? Of course, there will be a risk and challenges are there. The is first and foremost the thing is about the security. So because our complete industries are connected to IoT and all the data is storing in the cloud platform. So there is some hackers will be there. Just they want to modify that particular code, etc. Or they want to control that machines. Okay. So which will give you a loss to that particular company that can be happened. So we need to, there is a big risk there, which is in the perspective of security. Okay. And uh, I told you, right, hacking, bugs are there, how stable the sensors are there that we can see. So all these applications, these IoT applications, industries, factor manufacturing, smart grid, power, smart communication, smart cities, smart cars, we can use this in this particular applications. What vendors are using? These are the vendors: ABB, Ability, Aveva, Cisco IoT, Fanuc, GE, Siemens things. These are the vendors we are using these particular things. So upon which 5G is the most prominent mobile data which uses in this particular industries. So that is a brief overview of industrial Internet of Things, okay, which plays a vital role in our market. Okay. So any queries in this particular industrial IoT, guys? If you have any queries, you can ask me in the chat box. So now it's time for you to raise if any queries. If you have, you can raise it. Any queries, guys? Okay, fine. So, how these industries are working? I'll just give you an idea. Okay. Let me use a notepad. In general, so what we learned over in these days are nothing but we have a controller. Say, suppose there are some machines are there. Okay, so these machines, there will be a, say suppose robot. A robot is there. Say suppose a robot. So robot will have some axis, x-axis, y-axis, nothing but this robot will have some servo motors. Okay. So as you know, servo motors will rotate with some angle. So based on that particular angle, so the robot will have a servo motor. So to the servo motor, generally, so we are connecting to a controller. So there will be a controller will be there. So this particular controller will control the particular servo motors. So at what angle you need to rotate, at what angle you need to pick. So there will be a gripper will be there, which will hold that particular object. So how to hold, how gently you need to hold. Okay. So there we having a controllers, but so the controllers are here are nothing but it's not like the one which we learned like Arduino or ESP32. We don't have we use that things. So there will be some controllers will be there which are nothing but the PLCs. We call that as PLCs. So programmable logic controllers. So I'll just show you how this PLCs will look like. So these are the PLCs. Okay, so you can see PLCs over here. These are the industry graded PLCs. We call this as a PLCs. Okay, so this is one PLC, this is one more PLCs. Okay, so there are some PLCs over here. Okay, just like our controller, Arduino, how you have an Arduino, there are, you can see on the top, you can integrate the inputs. At the bottom, you can integrate the outputs. Okay, just we say, suppose there are sensors are there. Okay, you can see over here. So this is a big thing. So this is a PLC. You can see over a PLC. So this particular PLC, just like how we are connecting this PLC to our system. So just like that, they connected this particular PLC to the laptop. Okay, there are some program softwares are available. So these software, these PLCs are connected to this particular laptop using a cable. Generally, we use a Profinet cable. Okay, so this Profinet cable will be connected to this PLC, and here you can see we are writing a code over here. Okay, generally we use ladder programming. So this ladder programming is used to dump the code. So to this you can see at the top you can connected some inputs, at the bottom you connected outputs. Okay, so like that how we are going to use a purpose based on that particular value, how you need to control that outputs. That can be done by using this particular controllers. Okay, so these particular controllers, say suppose there are no, we don't have any one robot in a say suppose manufacturing unit, right? So say suppose manufacturing sector, so in a manufacturing plant, so there are multiple number of robots are available, am I right? So as you know, like automobile manufacturing unit, there are, you can see there are lot of robots are there, am I right? So let me show you for your net understanding automobile industry robots. Okay, so suppose in this party you can see there are lot many robots are available. Okay, you can see, so every time every robot will have a PLC. Okay, so this PLC will control these particular robots. We have a servo motors. The servo motors will be controlled by this particular controller. Okay, so now this particular controller, okay, so we use a gateways. I generally gateways for you if you want to connect to that particular IoT gateways will be available. So these particular gateways are used so to collect the data from this particular PLC. Say suppose let me show you in okay, things like IoT gateways. Okay, these are the gateways. Okay, say suppose right. So there are some machines over there which are connected to PLC. Okay, PLC to gateways. Okay, right. So these are some PLCs. So these PLCs are connected to the gateways. Okay, like using some LAN cable or RS-232, some cables are there. Using that particular cables, we are connecting to the gateways. As you all know, right? Gateways are nothing but, so those are called as a master devices. Okay, so you can see the motor, the sensor are connected to the gateways. So these gateways are responsible to upload the data to the cloud servers. Okay, so suppose to one particular gateway we can connect up to like depends upon the gateways we can connect like 10 to 15 PLCs. We can connect. Okay, depending upon the gateway. So according to that particular gateway, we can connect all the PLC's data will be collected by the server, gateways, and these gateways will push the data to the cloud servers. Okay, there are industry graded cloud platforms are available. Okay, like say suppose let me show you IIoT cloud platforms. Okay, there are IoT cloud platforms. So here, almost all the things are there, like Azure, Watson, Oracle, AWS, ThinkWorks, Google. There are specific things are there from Siemens, Predix, Bosch IoT, Hitachi, Liberties, Mindsphere, ThinkSpot. So these are dedicated IIoT platforms. Okay, you can see there are platforms Cisco, ThinkSpot, Siemens, Mindsphere. So these are only for that IoT industrial graded platforms. Okay. So those IIoT platforms will be there where the data will be pushed. On the top, we'll have some applications or application development. It can also be done. Okay, so because the data will be there in the cloud platforms, we need to visualize that, right? For that, we'll create some applications. So using that applications, the data which we having in this particular cloud platform will be visualized in these particular applications. So I'll just show you IIoT light application platforms. Okay, so there are some application platforms. There are some application platforms are available. Okay. So usually there are nothing but for to visualize that we have some applications development is there. So all the data which are collected from this particular robots can visualize in this particular applications. So that's what we call it as a portfolio. Portfolio of IIoT. Got it, guys. So this is a brief introduction of how the industries are working and how we are going to collect that uh, data from industries. Got it, guys. Any other queries? So that's it for today. An overview of IIoT. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, or else we'll try to wind up this today's session. I hope you understood what we learned in today's session. And so that's it. If you are done, we can wind up the sessions. If you have any queries, you can push, or else we'll wind up.
Yeah, so students, I have shared the attendance link on the chat. Kindly mark your attendance. And like all are asking, like day 15, that is on Monday, we will be conducting assessment for 50 marks. It is for 40 minutes. Like sir will take a session from 7 to 8 o'clock. Okay, after 8 o'clock, like 8:10, sir can take a session as usual. Okay, after 8 or 8:10, I will share the assessment link on the chat. Okay, by using that link, you all have to take the assessment. Okay, it is for MCQ and for 50 marks. Okay, and the link will be shared in the same chat. Okay, and also in a YouTube chat as well. Okay, I hope you all understood. Okay, we'll wait for 4 more minutes so that if you have any questions, we can answer. Okay, so after that, I will wind up. So we will wait for 4 more minutes. So if they have to ask something, we can answer for them. And related to the certificate, I know you all have so many questions and doubts. So the day 15th, I will let you know how you will get the certificate. Everything I'll let you know. Okay, but you guys don't need to worry. Please prepare for the assessment. The questions will be same which has been taught in your this 15 days sessions from the Pranay sir. So you don't need to worry. Be prepared and ready for assessment. Yeah, assessment will be on 15, day 15, that is on Monday. Because tomorrow and day after tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, we don't have a session, as you all know, so our weekends. So again, we are meeting on Monday. So Monday only we are conducting the assessment. So the question is from Monica, is there any sample question paper available? No, there will be not such sample questions paper. Nothing much, you don't need to worry. Just go through the videos which has been done in the classes, which is already updated in LMS dashboard. Just go through the videos. Assessment timings. Timings will be like 8 to 8:40. That is for 50 marks. So as I told, so I will take a class from 7 to 8 as usual. From 8 or 8:10, you can go till 8:10. From 8:10 to 8:40 or 8 to 8:40, I will share the link. In that time, you can just complete the assessment. Yes, Ayush, it is MCQ question. Yes, the materials also going to be uploaded in LMS. Okay. So still we have not uploaded materials. I will take with Pranay sir and I will upload all the materials which has been used in this classroom. So that PPT material you can use or you can study in that LMS dashboard. Okay, so related to certificate students, I will answer on 15th day, that is on Monday. Okay, so we are done for the day. We will wind up. Okay, thank you all. Good night. We'll meet again on Monday. Thank you, Pranay sir. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.